Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Groove Talk. As always, these shows are brought to you by all of the kind folks who donate to the show on a monthly basis using our Patreon page. If you would like to be one of those individuals, visit www.patreon.com/FrogE Frog, the letter E _style. You can donate as little as $1 a month or as much as $50 a month. If you do donate $1 a month, you gain access to a bunch of bonus content. This week, we just released the first episode in the Big Think bonus series. That's with Brendan Long, and it's where we take kind of ethical questions and we just discuss them. They're about 20 minutes to half an hour long. So if that sounds like something that you're interested in, visit our Patreon page. There's also bonus interviews. And next week, I will be interviewing the organizers of the 420 Music and Arts Festival here in Calgary. So that'll also be thrown up there once that interview has taken place. Again, it's only $1 a month. That's $12 a year. And it gains you access to a whole bunch of cool content. If you would like to donate more, you can do that as well. All donations are much appreciated. And I highly recommend that you check out our Patreon page. I'll put the links in the episode notes as well, in case you want to do that. If you are fans of the show, why not? You should consider joining our email list. The email list keeps you up to date with the podcast and also my other podcast. It also, anytime we do draws or giveaways, it also automatically enters you into those. So sign up at fsproductions.ca. It's the first thing you're going to see when you visit the website. And you have the chance of just winning cool free stuff like t-shirts, CDs, other merch from local bands, stickers. I don't know. There's lots of cool things. fsproductions.ca. Check it out. While you're there, take a look around the website. There's other cool kind of like supplementary material to the podcast, like articles and creative writing, and all the podcasts get posted there and stuff like that. So fsproductions.ca. Check it out. Awesome. On this episode of Groove Talk, I am joined again by Ethan and Trenton, who make up the band Dane. Dane is set to release a new album here on March 24th called Serotonin. So obviously we talk all about that. It was lots of fun talking to the guys again. I feel like this podcast was a little bit more relaxed because we did it a second time, and it was lots of fun. If you would like to get a little preview of Dane's new album, you can listen to the song Procrastinate at the end of the episode. It's a really, really cool song. I really dig it. You can catch Dane at their album release show on March 24th at the Night Owl. They will be playing alongside Crooked Spies, Heavy Dive, and Gin Bombs. Tickets are only $10, and Dane goes on at midnight. They will have new t-shirts, stickers, and copies of the new album Serotonin available for purchase. I will put all this information in the episode notes of this episode. Yeah. As well as the link to their Bandcamp and where you can find the album when it is released on March 24th. We talk about it all in the podcast, and all that information is also given. So, I hope you enjoyed this episode. with Trenton and Ethan from the band Dane. I really did. Have a great day. Thanks for listening.
This is Groove Talk with FrogE Style.
Get that crack in there.
Just do that to start.
Yeah.
Hello, everybody.
So, on this week's episode of Groove Talk, I'm joined again by Trenton and Ethan, and they make up the band Dane.
Hello, how's it going?
Pleased to have us back.
Yeah. So you guys are just about to release a new album here.
Yes.
Yes. How excited are you about that?
A little too excited. Yeah.
Yes, super excited. Put a lot of work into it, a lot of planning into this new one, and yeah, it's gonna be hopefully bigger and better, and yeah, hopefully a lot of people will respond really well to it. Can't wait to share it.
Yeah, it's been pretty hard, like not sharing it with people. Yeah.
So I guess the album's called Serotonin, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Cool. So why that title for the new album?
To kind of explain why I chose that title, because the whole album is kind of about like emotional pain and kind of like going through really horrible relationships or something like that, and basically serotonin meaning like maybe the character in this album, his or her only escape is through serotonin, I guess. And yeah, and like especially in the song title, serotonin's the only thing I know, basically about like a person who like is going through a lot of emotional pain and feels like serotonin's the only thing that can make them happy, or such as like partying or doing drugs, just kind of being self-destructive in a way.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that's kind of like the story behind or the theme behind serotonin. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
So I guess kind of what was the recording process like?
Recording process. Well,
Very drunk.
Well, I wouldn't say drunk. Whole time. Yeah. I guess we drove all the way out to Penticton in the fierce road conditions. It was absolutely horrible.
Yeah, it was the worst.
I had to stay in Revelstoke the night at the Sandman, and so we got to Penticton, recorded at my buddy's studio that I went to college with, and yes, basically he's set up there. He's a really great engineer. Got to work with him, and so like just did the tracks separately. Started with the drums, and then moved to my parts, like with bass and vocals and like tambourine and all that stuff. So that's kind of the process. Yeah, just kind of went out there and recorded in a little back. What's it called? Like back.
It was like
garage.
a shed in
Like a
his
shed,
backyard, but it was like all insulated and done up really, really well. But it was like tiny. Like it was so small in there.
But it worked. It did a fantastic job. It sounds great. We got our old roommate as our producer to come with us or come out there with us, and he is nice because he also took production like the first semester or like half of a semester at Nimbus Academy in Vancouver. So he kind of helped with his expertise on engineering as well, helped edit the drums and made it easier for our other engineer, Jeremy.
Awesome. So was the decision to go out to Penticton? Is it just because you knew the guy and
Yeah.
everything? And okay,
Yeah, knew Jeremy. Yeah, because a couple years ago he came to Calgary, recorded stuff with us. So I just thought, oh, he's building his own studio. Why not go out there and go to his place and he'd do the same stuff. And plus, he does it for like a reasonable price for recording than spending tons and tons of money in a more professional setting. I feel like maybe more of an amateur setting, it can sound pretty good still. Yeah.
yeah, for sure. That's like, it seems to be like more and more kind of home studios are popping up all over the place with technology becoming more affordable and stuff. You can get just as good a quality from like a home studio setting for sure.
Oh, big time.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can. Plus, just big thing is money and time and all that stuff. And
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, definitely. But I mean, yeah, like I've been actually really surprised at some of the albums I have heard, and it's like, you find out that it's recorded in a home studio or something. You're like, wow, this is like really well done, and it's just cool. It's cool to see that music is becoming like more accessible for everybody. It seems. Yeah.
it is awesome. Yeah, you get out there more, and especially online, and get to put out your stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely easier to promote yourself and whatnot too. And so I guess what did you maybe learn from the last album and recording the last album that you maybe applied to this new album?
I'd say like the first album was a lot. I did pretty much all the recording and mixing. At the time, I was still getting better at mixing, and it wasn't recorded in the best way either. I kind of just DI'd the bass and all that stuff, and it has a lot more of a raw sound. But I guess the second one coming out here still has a raw sound, but just better music, I'd say, better production quality, and yeah, a lot of.
I feel like we definitely put a lot more, I guess, effort into the songs. Like, I'd only just started when we were doing that last album, and I didn't even do half those drum tracks, but
Yeah,
yeah,
it's funny. I actually kind of before I found Ethan, I did demos on my own. I'd record drums and bass and get him to learn it, but I'd just give Ethan the credits or not. So it was nice. So it was kind of more of a full album of both, or especially your creativity.
Yeah. I definitely felt like I got a little bit more of me onto this album, which is nice. I don't know. Also I feel like we just developed the songs more.
Yeah.
Cause I didn't really have a bunch of, I don't know, stuff in the last songs.
No, not at all.
Cool.
But yeah.
So obviously I guess, having two people working on the album would kind of make it change and evolve in a way that that's awesome.
Yeah,
Definitely.
Makes my life easier when it's here's kind of a riff, and I have pretty much a song. I'll do the arrangements, but it's you come up with drums, so I don't have to.
Yeah, it's definitely a lot more of a groovier album than the last one.
Yeah.
The last one was definitely more punchy and raw. Well,
people call it
it's still
misfit.
raw, but yeah,
it's misfitty. I'm like, oh, that's
it
a
was kind
description.
of misfitty.
I was very misfit. 19-year-old Trenton. Yeah, what a bad boy.
I guess just being older now too, you've gone through more experiences and shit like that, and that's obviously going to make your sound evolve. And
exactly.
do you guys have a favorite song, personal favorite song off the album?
Yeah, I'd say Procrastinate or Encrypted Vibe. Those are both pretty
nice
jazzy tunes.
Really, let's see what I really like. I'd say definitely Procrastinate, and Pristine Consolidation. That's a banger.
Yeah, pristine
right
consolidation
there.
is good.
Yeah, and then it's like this album definitely has a lot more solos, kind of crazy.
Yeah,
solos
it's
in
just
it.
like half the album is just Trenton like shredding on bass.
It's what really like inspired me like to do stuff like that, especially is Jack White, because I did like read an article on it just when what critics would say about his guitar playing and like some of his albums, and they're saying there's like a lot of unnecessary guitar solos, and so they're only a two piece, so he's like in the upper register of the guitar, plus putting on an octave pedal, bringing it up an extra octave with no lower end, no accompaniment but the drums. I just thought that was like really crazy, like basically saying that yeah, you can do whatever you want in music. So yeah, so I just kind of just shred on the bass for there's some songs.
Nice.
Yeah.
Do you find it like hard to write bass solos, or is it similar to guitar solos? Like I have no
Yeah,
idea.
it's really similar, to be honest. Yeah, I just kind of treat the bass like a guitar. So when I was in college, I actually majored in guitar and didn't play bass at all until I came back to Calgary, and I just I just like the bass more, I guess. It's bigger, strings are bigger, easier to get to, I guess.
Cool. Do you find a benefit to you said you played guitar first, or like do you find a benefit? Does it cross over very?
Oh yeah, pretty well,
Yeah.
for sure. There's like definitely some music where there's some like bass lines where it's like really crazy, and like some songs that I might not understand as well, but yeah, I don't know. It's yeah, not too bad. It's just it's another guitar, I guess. Yeah.
Cool. So I've noticed that you guys are, I don't know, I feel like I've seen the album a lot on like social media and stuff, and it seems like you guys are hyping this one up quite a bit, like more, and like how are you doing that differently, I guess?
Yeah, I don't know, like I guess since our first album we definitely just know how to get yourself out there a bit more, and definitely just kind of putting in the effort to like spreading the word and making sure that like the advertisements are still going on social media, and
Yeah, just trying to just push as much as you can, because I know that there's always a lot of competition in Calgary, and I just feel like a CD release is always really important to a band, so it'd be good to like just try to bring in the biggest crowd you can, maybe make some bit of money off of it, and yeah, because it's like once you release it, that's kind of it. It's kind of gotta go with a bang, and then it kind of trickles down.
Man, like
again,
our last album release was like
it's in our basement.
yeah, like maybe 50 people in our basement. And
Well, they
like, it
got
was
too
rowdy.
hot, so they left halfway through, which was sad. It was in the summertime. I'm like,
It was a good time though. Yeah,
yeah,
it was a pretty rowdy party.
yeah, it's kind of
Hopefully this one will be rowdier.
yeah, it's up to go down. Yeah, just a different path in time, and yeah, just kind of market this album more, I'd say. Yeah.
Cool. So the CD release party is on March 24th, correct?
Yes.
So like, how excited are you guys for that?
Pretty stoked.
Yeah,
Yeah.
better be there.
Yeah. Oh man.
We're on at midnight. We got Gin Bombs, Heavy Dive, and Cricket Spies. Some other amazing bands playing. So
Yeah, man. I'm really stoked. It's gonna be like a lot of homies are gonna be there.
yeah,
It'll be a really good time.
Yeah, I noticed that you're both wearing Crooked Spies gear. So
Honestly, I didn't really glue that together until you said that.
We're in love
Yeah.
with those guys.
yeah,
They're awesome.
yeah, man. Their album release show That was
That was crazy.
that was
man.
something.
It was awesome. Yeah, crazy night though. Cause I worked it, and in the basement we had like a really crazy like Christmas party. Like it was a private party, and
Yeah.
it was insane. So like the whole first half of the night, cause it started like way earlier. It was brutal. So busy.
Yeah, I bet.
That's awesome.
So do you guys do anything different to prepare for a show like this compared to a regular show, or?
Yeah, I'd say, because we have like new merchandise coming out. We have like T-shirts, finally, and CDs, and so kind of like ordering stuff, and basically just trying to really push the advertisement that much more than a regular show. Trying to make it as if like this is the show that's happening on this night, on this weekend, more than any other show. But not to say that other shows aren't important in the city, but again, you gotta kind of to bleed through all the other stuff that's going on. You kind of just have to be crazy about it. I guess.
Yeah. Just been telling like everybody.
But our intentions, I think now is like to kind of focus on setting up bigger shows than to just play shows all the time. And so we're kind of doing just one show a month and try to get as much people out to each of those as we can.
Yeah, there's definitely, I feel like, a different strategy for when you're a new band versus a little bit more of an established band in regards to shows. Like new bands, I feel like, you got to play as many shows as possible, get people to know about you, essentially.
Yeah.
But as that, like, kind of, as you get into a more mature band, you don't want to play too much because it, like, kind of super saturates yourself, you know what I mean? And yeah.
And I don't know, I feel like it's more worth it to play for a bigger crowd. It's more fun.
Yeah, you go out once a month and the crowd's like that much bigger or whatever, instead of playing 3 shows a month and have a third of the crowd at each show, or like even less maybe, or yeah.
So it's not like you're making enough money to pay the bills really from original music. But,
yeah. I mean, do you guys see yourselves doing this as like more of a professional thing, or is it kind of just
well, most certainly we're trying to get to
Definitely
that
not
level.
off the table. Like
It just maybe takes just different intentions and just different strategies, I guess. Maybe like try and do as much as I can online and send our music to as many people as I can, and it just takes networking, I guess. But it's something I know I'd definitely love to do professionally, like be a professional performer and all that.
yeah.
Yeah.
It'd be pretty rad to just play shows and tour and do nothing else.
It's the dream for sure.
Serious.
That's all I can say.
Yeah, big time.
cool? So is there maybe a tour in the future or something like that coming along, or?
Yeah, hopefully. It's kind of with finances. It's kind of
Yeah.
a struggle, and
Definitely. Definitely want to make it out to the coast, like out to
I
Van.
think cool. Yeah, I think we're going to Vancouver actually in either April or May. Yeah, he's our buddy. He said he'd set up a show for us there, and even maybe record a single with us too.
Yeah.
And
Cool.
yeah, but he's saying it's a good place to be for our style. So yeah,
Cool.
definitely have to go down.
Yeah, I'm just gonna do a quick shout out to Justin Eden. This guy's the bomb.
Yeah,
Produced their whole album.
Justin Eden, he's
Former roommate.
looking for a future engineer. He's the man to hire.
Yeah, great guy.
Awesome.
Loves what he does.
So, was there a lot of kind of like post-production stuff added onto the album that maybe surprised you guys when you heard it, or?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like kind of like more Like little stuff.
Yeah, like little stuff and stuff
Yeah.
like that. And that makes the songs brighter or whatever.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, I'd say definitely the harmonies, a lot more vocal harmonies to kind of just give it that extra lift and sound a bit more interesting. And then, of course, tambourine, add that too in most songs, and then a little bit of cowbell for a couple songs. So it sounds comedic, the cowbell. Like it sounds good, but it also sounds like almost hilarious.
Just because I was there and I saw it, I witnessed it. That's why it like sticks out.
Is ear piercing.
Yeah.
Cowbell.
Yeah. Oh yeah. 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 I was like shocked when I heard the mastered tracks, just because like on our last album, like you couldn't really hear like the toms or cymbals too well. Like it was just so raw. And like when I like first heard the mastered tracks, like it was just like blew me away, because like never heard myself, I guess, so clear on a recording.
yeah,
So I was like, that was really nice.
awesome. Yeah, it's like kind of an amazing sometimes when you hear mastered tracks versus unmastered tracks. And
Oh,
like
yeah.
what all that production stuff actually does for it and whatnot. So did he like consult you before adding things in, or did he just kind of do it and see what happened? Or...
No, actually, I did my homework and kind of we did live sessions before then, like just a raw sessions, and then I'd listen to it, and then I'd think of stuff that I could add on. And so when we went into the studio, because we were only there for a week for recording, so it's like you didn't really have time to think of new stuff. You just kind of have to add what you already know or knew to add. Yeah.
Cool. So only being there for a week, did you find that challenging at all, or was that like a perfect amount of time?
Yeah, it was a good amount of time, but it was a bit challenging too, because like our engineer, he had to work too during the day, and then he was also busy with doing sound for a band for New Year's, so it's kind of like on and off. We'd like record maybe for like hour or two at this part of the day, and then we'll go back to the hostel, then come back, and so yeah, so he was kind of like broken up, but we got everything done and really fast, because we knew the material really well.
It's kind of nice though, because like we'd crush some recording for a few hours, and then like just go and like chill and stuff, and like I don't know, I don't get out of the city much, so it was like pretty nice. And
yeah, it was really cold there.
yeah, oh man, it was so cold, and like they had like record-breaking snowfall, because like it doesn't get that bad out there, but like it was like just as bad or like even worse than Calgary has just been.
Oh,
Like,
wow.
it was just like snow up to here, like oh, it was brutal. We had to like dig Trenton's car out a couple times.
Got stuck.
he's just got a tiny like Honda Fit.
I know,
Yeah.
it's pipsqueak of a car.
Yeah.
But yeah, great experience.
Yeah.
It was a really good time out
It was
there.
nice. Like a lot of my friends in the scene would like tell me like, oh, there's something about recording in a different city, and yeah, they're right. There's something about it. It's really cool feeling, I guess, to be out there and travel.
Nice. All right, it sounds like it was almost kind of like a mini vacation for you guys as well.
Yeah,
It was-
like working in like bars and nightclubs and stuff, like New Year's Eve is like not a thing. Like you don't get New Year's Eve off, or like Halloween or St. Patrick's Day, but
Yeah.
oh man, I had to book it off. Like I booked off New Year's Eve in like the middle of the summer, because I was like, hey, I need this time off. I'm not going to be in Calgary, but oh man, it was so nice just being able to go out and enjoy New Year's Eve.
Nice. So you spent New Year's over there then?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I went to the Barking Parrot Casino.
Yeah, dude, it
Really cool
was
cover band.
it was awesome.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, I know.
Yeah, man. Yeah, it was just like nice being with like Trenton and our old roommate Justin, who like produced the album. Like yeah, we're good friends. Like,
Nice.
lived together for a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it was really, really fun. Really good trip.
Fuck yeah. That sounds awesome.
Yeah.
Played lots of crib.
Yeah,
That's all we
man,
did.
played so much crib, drank so much wine, and Miller High Life. Holy.
Champagne of beers.
Yeah,
Miller
man.
High Life. Sold at liquor
Oh,
stores
man.
all over.
Dude, it's legit like such a good beer.
That's pretty
Nice.
darn good.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Nice. I feel the same way, but like Coors Banquet.
Yeah.
Like whenever we
Yeah.
go down to the States, you can get
Coors
like
Banquet is good.
So
Yeah.
cheap in the States.
Yeah,
Dude,
you get
so cheap.
30 Coors Banquet for $20 at Walmart.
Yeah, at Walmart,
At Walmart, yeah.
too. Of
Say
all
30.
places.
30,
Wow. Usually it's like 30 for 12.
Yeah.
It's the other way around.
Damn.
Yeah.
Damn, Alberta.
Yeah, man. The States is great for drinking beers and mostly just drinking beers.
Yeah.
I'd say our favorite is Blue Buck for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, Phillips Blue Buck. Give us money.
Yeah, if any of you beer companies are listening, we could use sponsors and stuff.
Oh, yeah,
like,
I will drink the shit out of Phillips Blue Buck at every show, everywhere, all the time.
Yeah, me too.
Send us free beer, we'll drink it and promote the crap out of you.
nice. We'll maybe write a song.
Yeah,
Oh yeah,
awesome.
some really angsty drunk song about beer, specifically Blue Buck.
Yeah.
So is there a lot of like prepping before you guys went out to Penticton then?
Oh yeah. For the album, yeah, definitely. I had to do a bunch of bed tracks, and so it kind of like set the tempos for each track, kind of lay out the form. I play my bass to like electronic drums, and then I do the vocals, and so I give that to Ethan, and so he basically played my bass and vocals to a click track. So that's what we used. And yeah, and plus doing all the add-ons, such as like the harmonies and vocals, and kind of just working on like the time frame of the trip and where we're staying, and yeah, just kind of what was going to happen, and plus having that Kickstarter too, and so we can like it'd help us out to afford to and pay the engineer as well, and yeah, so
it
it's
was
a
a
bit
really
of
big
planning.
help.
Like we've really looked forward to it for quite some time, and yeah, it's already happened, and but really great memory to cherish.
Yeah, big time.
Do you have any maybe standout moments of the recording process?
I don't know, just like, yeah, like it was really fun. I don't know, some like parts were like kind of frustrating, but like when you're like literally sitting drumming the same song for like several hours, it kind of gets a little time wearing.
yeah.
But I don't know, just like everything. It was just the best trip.
Yeah, just say yeah the same thing pretty much.
Yeah. I don't know. Like it was, I thought it was going to be like especially when we first got out there, cause like we recorded for a bit, like the first night, and yeah, I don't know, like right when we got out there, I was like kind of like, oh man, this is gonna be like so much hard work and stuff, but like as the days progressed, like it was literally like just drumming, getting the tracks down, like, and we just like drank and chilled. Like it was like I did nothing. We did nothing but chilled and drank and recorded.
Yeah.
And
Well, I
it
mean,
was
yeah,
awesome.
because he did all his drums first, and then
Yeah.
it was like me for the rest of it. But I find like I have to do more, like the bass, the vocals, the harmonies, and or whatnot. So it's sometimes challenging the vocals and just trying to get my voice warmed up, or sometimes I'd get too tired and I couldn't hit certain notes. I have to take a break. But
Yeah.
other than that, I was surprised because how good it sounded after. This is the first ever album like I've recorded anyway, and have no idea what it sounds like after we were done. So I'm just kind of like waiting for the tracks. I'm like, damn, I wonder if it sounds good, because we just like recorded it and then left like, and then once we got the tracks back, I was like, nice, like,
Man,
amazing.
just like he sent like those few teaser tracks, and like it was just like 30 seconds that I'd just be like, just get into the song, and then it would like end. I was like, what?
Yeah, but not anymore.
Yeah, no. Yeah, I got like a burnt CD, unofficial Dane serotonin. Yeah, I was pretty stoked. Just came home one day and I found it like in my room. I was like, what?
Yeah, it manifested itself into your room.
Yeah.
Do you guys find it all like weird listening to yourselves on like a record or something like that?
Yeah, it can be.
It gets weird over time.
Well,
Or weirder.
Well, I was in the basement, just working on stuff, and then Ethan put on the album pretty loud upstairs. I'm just like, who's that singing? And then I'm like, oh, that's myself. That is so weird.
Yeah.
Like, it freaks me out to hear myself singing in another room. I'd say that's really weird for me. I have to like be in the room. But ultimately, I really love listening to my music, my band's music, very much, and it's a great way to reflect on the work you've done. So so I really enjoy it for the most part.
I could definitely see that being weird though, like hearing yourself singing. You're like, what's going on here?
Yeah.
It's like a clone.
I don't get that. I don't like get all weirded out. 'Cause I'm like, oh, is that me drumming in another room? It's not the same.
Do you kind of like look back on? Are you self-critical at all when you hear it? Are you like, man, maybe I could have done that better? Or like,
Always.
Yeah, but I don't know. I find sometimes you just gotta do it, and you just gotta be happy with what you have, and I don't know. No regrets at all. I just feel like we've done a good enough job, and then if we want to be better, we'll be better on the next album, That's the process, right? Just kind of maturing and becoming better at what you do.
I don't know, like I'm very self-critical, but like when it comes to that, like I kind of just think like, oh man, like no one's gonna really like notice those little things that I'm noticing, because it's like
no, they're not.
Like they'll just think it's a part of the song or like whatever,
Exactly. It's nobody notices the tiny fuck ups that you notice when you're like making your own music. You're like, this could have been so better, but somebody else is listening to it and they're just like, this is awesome. They're not like picking apart the drums or like the vocals in the way that you would, because you've done them. Like, yeah. I find it this like the same thing when I like listen to my own music. I'm like, but there's a little fuck up right there, and it's
What's the critiques?
Yeah, but I guess that's how you grow as musicians too. Like,
yeah,
man, maybe I could have done that better or whatever. I guess also like hearing yourself off a CD is like it's a way that you've, because when you play it live or you're not you're hearing it differently. I feel, you know what I mean?
Definitely.
Yeah,
it's very different live.
Yeah.
And sometimes we might like speed up more, so like I want to try not to do as much, and just listening to the tracks at a time kind of helps us to see a better idea of the timing that we do when we play them.
Cool.
It's like even kind of weird in the studio, like just watching Trenton do his like bass and vocal tracks, because like when we play it live, like I usually just get like a lot more of the bass and not so much vocals in like my monitor, and like it's not like I'm looking at him like head on, because I'm either beside him or behind him.
Yeah.
Like it was just like weird kind of seeing him like rip out on the bass or like sing and stuff, because it's like I don't have that point of view, I guess.
Yeah,
when we
totally.
play live.
Because in the past when I'd add the bass after I'd record with him, I'd just do it in my room by myself most of the time. And
Cool.
But not so much weird to me, or not so weird to me when I play bass to drums.
Oh yeah.
So it's kind of cool. It's just like in your headphones, and then I know what you're gonna do, or just like I know you well enough for
Yeah.
to kind of lock in. It's cool.
Nice. So would you say you guys have now like developed like that kind of chemistry that you can just like riff off of each other?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I feel like we've had that chemistry for a little while.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It did take like a while, but yeah, we're definitely there.
Yeah.
So when you are recording an album or something, how do you kind of keep that human feel to the music? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely. Honestly, it's just it's the love, it's the passion. You get that human feel. So you just gotta really just get into what you're doing, like get into what you're playing. Or some people, they have red light fever, which meaning like as soon as you hit the record button, it's like, oh my god, I gotta get this perfect, but like you might end up being super mechanical. But honestly, you gotta have fun. And how you get your parts down really well is you just lots and lots of practice before you go into the studio. And because when we went in, it was like I would just go for it and not think about anything. I'd just play my parts and how I normally play it. And yeah, so that's how how I'd give it a human feel, I guess.
Yeah, I like just had to be super relaxed and chilled, and like I wouldn't focus so much on like everybody like watching me and like all the shit that was going on. Like I'd kind of just like have a beer, have a smoke, like just kind of get into my own headspace, like
Yeah, even our producers is like, yeah, how you feeling, man? Have another sip of your beer. Yeah. Hey, relax, man. Just relax.
Yeah. Well, like I don't know, it was a lot better because like having a producer that like I've known for a long time, like one of my best friends, like just knows me. He's like, yo, chill out, man. Just like take her easy, drink some beers, like it's all good. Like,
Nice.
yeah,
Super.
super.
Outside now.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Super positive experience.
Cool. Were the people who produced your album, were they willing to maybe give critiques and stuff like that and be like, this isn't working here, maybe try this or something to...
Yeah. Well, like that's also kind of why it was nice having Justin in the studio, because
another ear.
yeah, and like he's not like afraid to be like, oh hey, like maybe try this, or like, because like we know each other like all really well, and like I definitely take his like I guess advice or like his kind of ideas into music, 'cause like he knows music really well, and like he knows our music like super well, like so it's kind of nice having like I guess his ear. Yeah.
Cool. So have you kind of, for the CD release party, like have you guys been playing any of these new songs at any of your shows, or is it all gonna be new at this?
For most of them, we've kind of been playing. We've kind of held out on a few songs for sure. I think there's like, I don't know, 3 songs that will be like pretty new, or one of them especially, or a couple of them especially brand new.
Yeah.
Or whatnot. So yeah, just to kind of keep it interesting, so people
Yeah.
I don't know, don't already like know that song, yeah,
Yeah.
that's all I can say.
We only played like Procrastinate that one time.
Yeah, the house party.
Yeah, it was
It's only No Remorse haven't played.
oh damn it. Yeah, I guess we have played everything else.
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah, I get like bored of songs pretty fast, so I'm like constantly I want to write a new one, I want to play a new one already, and yeah, as much as I enjoy our music, I just always love playing new songs, and people love hearing new songs, I find.
Yeah, for sure.
Because they'll go to your shows a lot, hear the same music, but if you play them a new song, they really appreciate it. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. People also love, the familiar. Like, that's why people get, turned up at just Don't Stop Believing and shit.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, big time. Hold on to that view.
Like, definitely the number one song to play if you want the entire bar to go nuts.
Oh, yeah. Big time.
It's a secret. Don't tell everyone.
The cover of Don't Stop Believing.
Yeah, make sure you make it out on the 24th because we're going to play some Journey.
We'll take you on a journey.
Yeah, we will take you on a journey.
News on this podcast, you're actually converting to a Journey cover band.
Yeah. Prepare yourself, Calgary.
Very, very raw Journey sound.
So I guess what do you guys do other than music? Is it just music all the time, or?
Almost.
Yeah.
My like more of, I'd say, like my professional job. I'm a music teacher. I teach
music all the time.
Drums, bass, piano, guitar. Yeah, so that's where I make my living, which is nice because it's like I can, it's nothing but music. And other than that, pretty much just do music. I can't really think of anything else.
Yeah, I'm right up that same alley. Like, I work at Night Owl, so shows all the time, like DJs, shows. Like, we have the very odd, like, comedy night, but, like, yeah. And then, like, I got another band, Class of 93. Just music all the time. Music, working music, shows, shows.
Well, it takes up a lot of your time.
Oh yeah.
And that's the industry you want to be in. You just have
every
to
weekend,
go full throttle.
Like, I'm working, or if I'm not working, I'm playing a show. Cause like it's hard to book off time, or a lot of time, I guess, when I only work weekends. Yeah.
Yeah. Do you find it challenging? Like.
Yeah. Well, like just like with. Like, playing shows and stuff, like, in order to play shows, I have to book off, like, my prime work hours.
Yeah.
Because, I'll usually work, like, Wednesday through Saturday. But, usually, I'll definitely take shows on, like, if I'm playing Rockin' for Dollars, it's not hard to get a Wednesday off. And, like, Thursday shows are not hard to get off either. But, like, if I'm playing, like, any, like, Friday, Saturday shows, like, usually have to book them off, like, I try to, like, at least, like, 3 weeks in advance, like, just to be nice, I guess.
Yeah.
Because, like, I'm there all the time, so kind of sucks. Yeah. Yeah. But anyway, if I'm not working in a bar, I'm usually at a bar because I'm fucking playing.
Nice.
Rock and rolling.
Yeah.
The rock and roll lifestyle.
Living that Night Owl life, literally.
Night Owl turns into Night Owl.
Yeah, definitely.
You have to be.
I'm ready for this summer because, like, at least I'll see the sun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man,
time.
it definitely affects you. Like, there's a point
yeah.
in the winter time, because I just work 9 to 5, but there's a point in the winter for like a month where I don't see the sun. Like, I go to work and it's dark, and I leave work and it's dark, and it's like,
Yeah.
fuck.
It's like when I wake up for work, it's like the sun is like just about down, or it's like completely dark out. And then, like, when I get home from work, it'll still be dark. I don't know. I kind of like working nights in the, like, winter, because, like, at least I can sleep during the day and it's not, like, super bright in my room. But over the summer, it's, like, a little harder. Like, I gotta put more blankets and shit over my windows.
It gets bright so early.
Oh, dude, yeah.
Stays
Like
light out
6
so
a.m.
late.
So,
Like, the worst is, like, working, like, a gnar shift at work and then, like, leaving at, like, 5:36 in the morning, and, like, you're in the the dark basement, and then you go out the back door and it's like, oh,
It's just this beautiful morning, too.
it's like, oh, the sun,
so
it burns. Yeah. Like I always keep a pair of sunglasses like in my work bag, just in case. You
I
never
can
know.
definitely say I'm a cave rat too. Just
Yeah.
like needs to be pitch black in my
Yeah,
room.
man. Oh,
sleeping.
dude, like me and Trenton, we sleep so much, like all day. I'll be waking up at 4 because like
Music takes a
I
lot of
work
energy.
late, and then like he'll just be getting up to like making a pot of coffee at like 4:30 in the afternoon.
It's just so late. Seizing the day.
Yeah. Oh, dude, Dane seizes the day.
At least it sounds like he sees the nights.
Yeah, oh, we seize the night for sure.
That
better
is
believe it.
love nighttime.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So you guys are obviously more night people than day people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yepers.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm like the opposite, but that's because like I feel like my job has forced me to be that way.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Of course.
So it's like I'm waking up at like 9-10 on a weekend. I'm like, oh, I was just sleeping. Awesome.
Yeah.
So teaching music, would you say that that's like had a positive effect on like your band life or like your playing in general, I guess?
Yeah, honestly, yeah, it has. I only work like from Monday to Thursday, so like weekends are always free. What was I saying? Oh yeah, it's helped like improve me on certain instruments for sure, and it's just the fact that I get to teach music is so nice and make money off of it. I have a lot of fun doing it, so yeah, so it's kind of like I go there and do that, and then when I'm not doing that, I'm working on the dream, right?
The dream.
Making it. Yeah, and then which is really cool too, because my receptionist at my work, she does T-shirts or whatnot, so she's gonna be doing our band T-shirts for like a really decent price, which is very convenient, than
Yeah.
going through other manufacturers that can charge a lot more money. Like I'd just rather not pay $1,000 for 100 tees, and you might not sell tons of them either.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Yeah, definitely. That's the thing about, like we said about, small studios and stuff. There's a lot of those businesses now, like whether it be T-shirts or graphic design or media or whatever it is. Like, there's so many people now who are they're just doing shit. They're not like affiliated with big companies or bigger.
Yeah.
They're just doing shit because they want to. And like the internet has totally made that possible, and it's really like cool, I guess. But
Yeah.
yeah.
yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's nice. It's all who you know, and you use people for their expertise and all that stuff. Comes to photography or videography, and yeah.
Cool. You guys mentioned that you were doing a music video, or you were maybe shooting a music video.
Yeah. This Saturday,
Yeah.
I'm doing a music video for a song called "Stuck" in the album, and I think Danielle Nolbray will be shooting it, and
Yeah.
kind of just a song about being stuck in life, and use our other roommate as like the lead character.
What, Hunter's gonna be in it?
Yeah.
That's hilarious. Well, yeah, he's gonna
Be
be in
kinda
our
funny.
he's gonna be in our last one, but that one never ended up being a thing.
No.
Yeah, that's
Well,
hilarious.
this one will. Yeah. It'd be good. It's good to just have at least one music video. Like, don't want to put tons of production in it. It's
Isn't
just
gonna
for
be
fun.
like maximum cringe?
No.
No, I don't know. I just feel like a lot of
cringe is
a lot
always
of
so funny
bands'
to a
first
certain
music
degree.
videos are like cringy to an extent.
Yeah.
I know
Music
I'm
videos
probably
just
gonna
don't
look
make
back and just
sense,
feel
but
like,
it's okay. It's okay for them to not really make sense.
Yeah,
It's like, here's us having a good time, getting fucked up, drinking.
yeah.
Nice. So, did you approach this guy to do your video, or did he kind of approach you, or?
He actually approached me.
Okay.
Kind of. He kind of is at our house parties, filmed other stuff, and he's really wants to get into that, more documenting for bands and all that. And yeah, super generous.
Yeah.
with his time and his efforts. And
Really, really great guy. Yeah.
Yeah, shout out to Daniel.
Yeah,
Daniel
definitely.
Nobre, I think is
Yeah.
his name, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm like stoked like to shoot the video, but I definitely think there's gonna be a little cringe in there.
Oh, always.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're also working on an image. Kind of like bought stuff from Valley Village the other day, to kind of, I don't know how to really describe the style, but it kind of matches our album artwork more, like black and blue, and all that stuff. But we'll see how people respond to it, and if it's not well, then back to the drawing board. But I think it's important for every band to have an image.
Yeah, it makes you stand out more. It makes you more memorable. Even if you're just say like, at least they can look back and be like, oh yeah, it's the band that does that thing or whatever that may be. But it definitely helps you.
Especially when you're only a two-piece band. It's like it's cool if like you're both matching in some sort of way.
Yeah.
We did it one time where we both wore pink like over a year ago. And that really popped.
Pink.
Yeah, because we tried to go like an idea of doing different themes each time, but I don't know if that's really us. I think that's more Pancake's thing. They always dress up as a different theme. Yeah, so I think that's why like they're really out there too, just because of their image as well.
Man, definitely best Pancake outfits. They like all just took plastic bags and made articles of clothing, and they wore plastic bags or plastic bag like clothing on stage, and like and like also these big like old grandpa visor glasses things. That's very Pancake.
Yeah, the visors.
Those are the best.
Yeah.
I love it.
That's awesome. I see a lot of like metal bands do that too. I've seen at least 3 different Calgary metal bands do the short thing.
Oh
like...
yeah. Yeah, man.
Ethan got shorts.
Yeah, no, I think I need to get shorter shorts. I got like they're comfy shorts, but they're not as short as I want.
Don't be too seductive now.
Oh man, I want to look the sexiest I possibly can on stage.
Yeah, and I'm like, and drummers, like, you get hot.
Yeah. Oh, dude, no, I'm definitely gonna. I definitely want to rock the short shorts and just the least amount of clothing possible because it gets really sweaty.
Oh yeah. Well, didn't you say you wanted a fur coat though? So
Yeah, honestly, like the whole first kind of thought was I was gonna get like a nasty fur coat with like short shorts, and then I just wear like I guess like big fucking tube socks and like Vans. I don't know. I wanted to look ridiculous, but I couldn't find a fur coat. But yeah, still gonna go with the short shorts though.
Nice.
We'll see.
So I guess like the image of the album and stuff, like what made you decide on that?
It was actually my sister who is our graphic designer, and just kind of like asking her, just like, what says serotonin, or like, can you come up with something different, unique, and something that's cool? So that's something that she pulled together and ended up going with black and blue for this one. Kind of like a darker tonality to the album, because the album itself is a very dark album, I think, and so it's kind of got the blue and the black, that deep emotional,
It's kind of like
expression.
It's kind of like a fractally design on the front. Kind of looks like
with
cracked and shit.
Yeah, and of course with the logo, so it's the background that kind of makes it more unique, and then still have the same logo as before.
So I guess is like you said, it's more kind of dark and serious and stuff like that. Do you find it difficult to kind of like play that live in any way? Do you know what I mean? To like kind of hype it up and like get people excited about it.
Well, in that sort of sense of like it being more emotional.
Well, yeah, if it is
or-
like darker, like is it hard to play it all in any way? I guess.
Yeah, sometimes because we're very we sound upbeat or very vibrant, but the message is actually like really depressing in a way. But yeah, I guess so.
Yeah.
So I think most people they see us it's there for a good time. I guess just the rock,
Yeah.
Yeah.
rocking out. Yeah.
Cool.
And yeah, I don't know, like playing those songs like live, just with the energy, and I don't know. I feel like it would be a little more upbeat.
Yeah.
I want to see people go nuts at this show.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Seen people go nuts before, and it's like, what the heck? Like,
Yeah. I imagine it gives you guys like takes you to that next level when you see people like really
Oh, it does.
reacting
Oh,
to your
man.
music.
Gets me like that much more stoked.
it's just insane that it's like wow, I can't believe from like what I'm doing right now has that sort of effect on people. It's the power that you have, you know.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a feedback loop. Like they give you energy, and then you're like, oh fuck, and then
Yeah.
you give them the energy back, and you like
Yeah.
up your performance and stuff, and that again makes them more stoked, and it's
Oh yeah.
Yeah, exactly. There's definitely gigs where sometimes the crowd's not really feeling it, or it just can feel awkward. But when they are, it's always a great feeling.
Do you guys do anything to like work on your stage presence or?
Yeah, as time went on, I used to have really cringy stage banner. I don't even know why. I'd like see some videos of myself stage bannering. I'm like, oh, what was I thinking? Like, God, shut up, Trenton. You know.
Hey, how's
But, like, I
everybody
stopped-
doing tonight?
Yeah, I stopped it like when when one of my buddies was like, "Oh, Trenton, absolutely love your stage banner. It's so terrible." I'm like, "Okay, yeah, I'm gonna stop." I just thought it'd be more funny than terrible, but yeah, I don't know what I was thinking at the time. That phase is over with. It's like I realize people they just want to hear music more than anything. Hear you talk, like you say a few words, and then you just play the next song, That's it, really. You don't need to do a speech.
Yeah.
Concert.
I don't remember which band it was, but they specifically said that they like practice their stage banter and stuff like that, and it's
Good.
just- yeah, it seemed interesting to me, but I guess
Yeah, it helps. Yeah, if you have a good banter, it adds to the show.
yeah.
Nothing like an organized show. Really. Yeah, organized and professional. Really. Yeah, makes for a great show.
Do you guys do you like feel more at home and more comfortable on the stage now than?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's like nothing.
Yeah. I don't know. I used to be like so scared about like being too drunk on stage or whatever, but like now it's like I'll kind of like wait a bit, and then like right before we go on stage, I'll do a shot, take a couple beers up, but oh. Yeah, I don't know. It's just like some shows that just get like so riled up, and then I'll just like get super wasted before going on. I'm like, yeah. Oh man, it's not always bad. Like when we played Rockin' for Dollars on like my birthday, like we played last, and I was fucking wrecked, but we still played like a really good set.
Oh yeah, it was. Yeah.
Just because I'm wrecked does like, especially with like Dane, like I couldn't get wrecked with Class '93. Like I got so much shit.
Too fast.
Way too fast.
Yeah.
I'm sure like one day I'll be fine, but like we only just hit like 1 year. Yeah.
Nice. So you mentioned your other musical project, Class of '93.
Yeah.
Do you have any other music projects going on, Trenton? Or?
Yeah, like a cover band called Runner or whatnot. So we're trying to establish that a little bit more and hopefully play more shows. Yeah, so hopefully that'd be like a project I can make just a bit more money off of. live because they pay more for cover bands, I guess. Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah. Well, and you play like a few sets, but it's because it's like music
People,
people like are more familiar with and all that.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I guess like it makes sense, but that surprises me a little bit.
Yeah.
Cool. I find that like most musicians, at least, they have like multiple musical projects going on.
Yeah.
It's kind of good. It keeps you really busy. It can be challenging sometimes doing other projects, but it's good. I think it's really good to have a variety or to do different stuff with other people and collaborate.
Cool. Do your other musical projects ever bleed into Dane a little bit?
I could say so for me, because it's helped me with like learning cover songs, helped me with like ideas and styles and grooves. Although the way I play my bass, I feel like, because I've done so much practicing for the other band, that it's made me a better bass player, and just come up with more interesting ideas for Dane. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, Class 93 is like really crusty, like raunchy hardcore punk, and like I don't know, like there's that, and then there's Dane. Like there isn't a lot of crossover,
Cool.
just because they're I don't know, they're not like super different, but like they definitely.
No, they're pretty different.
Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, man, I used to have
Really
this
different.
like project with Dylan and Steve from Crooked Spies called like Winter Tan. It was like all like Dylan songs, and like we only played a couple of shows, but it was like good. But I guess we're not really a thing anymore. Yeah, it was fun,
It's
like while
hard.
it lasted.
Cool.
Yeah.
It's hard sustaining a side project too.
Yeah.
With other band members and it's
Yeah, like
hard.
those guys are so fucking busy, like
Yeah, and to
with
get
work and stuff. Yeah.
and to get it off the ground, almost starting it all over again, and
Yeah.
well, your main project's the established one. And,
Yeah, I could see that being exciting too, though. You start a new band just to like be like, okay, like what's this like again, or you want to play a different type of music or whatever, and
exactly.
yeah, it's kind of neat that you can just do that too.
Oh yeah.
Nice, good to
Yeah.
reinvent yourself.
Yeah,
I don't know. It's just nice, like, not just doing the same thing like all the time. Like, just kind of shaking it up with other people, and
yeah,
Yeah,
It's
then
nice.
it allows you to network even more.
yeah,
You do other projects.
yeah, true that. And like, just playing with people is fun,
yeah,
like,
yeah, definitely.
It's good.
Yeah, I
Different
do
people.
enjoy jamming.
So I guess, how important has networking been to Dane's success?
Very.
Yeah, like, I don't know. Also, just like working at Night Owl has like really been a benefit towards that. Yeah, just because I'm at every show like all the time. I'm always like down like at Night Owl and stuff. Like even when I'm like not working, like usually there's like a show there that I'll want to go to. So
That's nice because I find we don't go out our way anymore to book shows. Like, all the shows come to us, and that's through recommendations or whatnot, or like people who already know us. It's like, hey, I want to book you or something. So that's
It's a
why we
lot
don't look
easier.
for shows, because everyone wants to book us, which is really a great feeling, because when we like to start, when we haven't played a single show at all, like sent emails to probably like 12 venues, only 2 got back, then but as soon as like they gave us that chance, first couple gigs, then it started
Yeah.
becoming easier and easier, and
Yeah,
meeting other bands, meeting booking agents and managers of establishments, and who really enjoy
Yeah.
you.
I'm like pretty sure I said this like last podcast, but like rock for dollars, like straight up.
Yeah.
yeah,
Helping out like so many bands like all the time. Like
yeah.
it's just like good way to get yourself out there.
Yeah, my network, I'm sure it's like a crazy
Yeah.
integral part of like our music
Yeah.
scene, it seems.
Oh yeah, dude. Just like so many people go to Rockin' for Dollars like weekly. It's
Yeah. Like so many
Yeah.
people, like it just exposes you to like a wide variety of what Calgary has to offer too.
yeah, and it's like it's nice to just kind of get like all those styles like all at one place, like one night.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty neat.
Oh, that's super cool. Haven't you've hosted Rocking for Dollars a couple times, haven't
Yeah.
you? What's that been like?
Oh, amazing experience. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, you get paid, you get a bunch of free drinks. It's like, and like you just have fun. Like you get to see all these bands, you get to goof off on stage. Like, yeah, it's one of the best opportunities I've gotten, and I thank BJ for that. Like, most times I see him, especially when I've had a few drinks, I'm like, oh, thanks, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, just great opportunity.
Yeah. You're generous.
And I'm like so blessed to be a part of that.
Nice. That's awesome. Shout out to Rocking for Dollars again.
Yeah, hard shout out.
Yeah, and like what they do, like they'll get some bands who play Rock for Dollars, like in the Big Winter Classic, and
Yeah,
it really helps. They really focus on newer bands for sure in the scene, and
Yeah.
it's so great
yeah,
because we were like one of them too when we played 2017 Big Winter Classic, and BJ like just found out and got us in there. But that's
Yeah.
through Rockin' for Dollars.
Nice. That's awesome. So you guys played this Big Winter Classic? Or
No, last one.
yeah, 2017.
But yeah,
Cool.
we went to this one, and yeah, it was super amazing. It was even better than last year's. Like, it was just people were especially even like that much more awesome.
Oh yeah,
Such a great lineup they put together, like really well planned, and that
Yeah.
stuff is just so much fun.
yeah. I didn't think
Always
that
go.
I was gonna be able to go just because of work and stuff. But I didn't realize that it was going on like the Sunday. But I ended up getting called off work on the Saturday, so like I went to like half of it. Saw Less Than Jake, and that was like amazing.
Nice.
Yeah, I love ska. I don't care who knows it.
Nice. It seems like there's a lot of like Calgary focused just things popping up to like help the music scene. Like,
Oh yeah,
you know, the music scene is kind of thriving, and then now all these other things are kind of I don't know, not maybe necessarily latching on, but helping it and coming
Yeah.
together. And it just seems
Yeah.
like that's happening more and more in today's.
oh yeah.
Maybe I'm just noticing it more, but
I'm like
So-
so happy about it though, cause like when I was in high school, man, being in a band was not cool.
really.
Yeah, well, at least at our school.
Yeah,
Yeah,
not really
like
that
even
cool.
just like playing music was like not cool
What?
at our high school. So like,
no.
yeah, man. I was like a part of this very small group of like high school students that listened to metal, and like people used to shit on us just for like listening to metal. But yeah, I don't know. Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm just happy
just
that
kids at the time.
I can be like recognized a bit nicer, like for playing music, like
Yeah.
not just being like, oh, you play
Well,
music.
people from high school, yeah, people
Yeah.
from high school come to our shows actually. A lot
Yeah.
of people, and they really respect us for it.
Nice. Yeah. The whole music scene, it's just such like a tight knit community. It seems like everybody knows everybody, and or knows a friend of a friend who's.
Yeah,
It's really cool.
I think yeah, that's what it's made up of. Is like the people who love music, who are musicians, and their friends, and that's all it is really.
yeah,
Because people who don't really go to the music scene at all are just really into their jobs, like just end up never doing that sort of thing. Right.
Yeah. Cause like I remember like just at the Crooked Spies show, for example, like I
Yeah.
go into the bar and there's like 20 people in there I know, and I'm just like
Yeah.
left, right, and center.
Oh,
Like, oh, hey, man,
right.
how's it going? Like, oh, hey, how's it going, man? Like,
And that's
Yeah,
like
it's comforting too.
Yeah.
So like,
Yeah.
yeah.
it's also why I love my job, because like half the time it's just like I know like half the people that are like at work, and it's just nice. It's like nicer to work in an environment where I can like literally just like do my job and like chat with my friends, and like it's so nice.
yeah, it's awesome. It's like what makes work bearable is the people you
Yeah.
work with sometimes.
Big time. Yeah, man, this is like first job in like a long time that I've just been like, ugh,
Yeah, nice.
it's so good. I don't like hate going to work. Like sometimes I get like hungover and I'm like, but
Yeah, everybody has those days. So.
yeah. Oh yeah,
No
definitely.
matter how much you love your job, there's gonna be days where you're like, "Fuck this shit."
Yeah, big time.
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
The-
Because it's like you have to do it all the time.
yeah.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
That's-
that's the way it is.
That's how I pay the bills.
Yeah, for sure. It's important.
Cool. Well, is there any kind of like final things you guys want to throw out there?
Yeah, just say like, yeah, come to our release March 24th at Night Owl
Come be
upstairs.
friends with us.
We'll be selling T-shirts for $20 each. We'll be selling CDs, $10, and stickers for $2.
Yeah, we'll have our old album artwork stickers and new album artwork stickers. So you get one of each.
Yeah.
They're gonna be pretty
Please.
cool.
Yes, please come on by and have an amazing time. We
Yeah.
cannot wait
Like
to
yeah,
release this album.
come party it up with your boys and Dane.
Nice. That's a
Yes.
good way to end it. I think. Cool. Thanks, guys.
Yeah, no worries.
When I thought to say the many will fade, time consolidates to its formal prey, looming for 2 ways to find me a better place. I'll call up now to my darling in the race. For you, moving too strong on a path to prolong. I'll figure in my stead to evacuate. Listen to the colors going on inside my brain. But bring me instead to procrastinate. When I procrastinate, the gods are saints. In my world alone, they'll postpone. Every aspect to them hides beneath another in their womb. Will I be protected now in this holy room? Pull me forward to wreck my every nerve. Scream when I'm down, but quiet when I drown. You will mean something to
If you liked this episode of the podcast, why not leave a review? You can find us on iTunes, Stitcher, and Google Play. For up-to-date information on the podcast, follow us on Facebook and Twitter. You can find us at FrogE Style Productions. That's Frog, the letter E, Style Productions. For more ways to support the show, visit fsproductions.ca.